Hi, I'm Fifi and it's Friday. And on Fridays, I share things that I learned from sermons, the things that the Lord talks to me through sermons, something that will be said in the sermon, and then it stands out in my spirit. It grips my heart and it doesn't let go. It like God is calling my attention to that very thing that is being discussed. So because most of the time I listen to old sermons, I have the ability to go back to like pause the sermon and then go back and listen to that thing again and then take notes, just write in my journal, and then I will just meditate on that word. So mostly these things that the Lord grabs my attention are the things that usually most of the time there are the things that are lacking in my life that He's calling my attention to in order for me to pay attention to that area of my life so that he's able to help me grow in that way. So today I'll be talking about forgiveness. Yes, forgiveness, because forgiveness is a big part of our Christian journey with the Lord. But I had thought that I was good on forgiveness. I had thought that I love peace. I don't love strife. I don't like conflict. I don't like misunderstanding. It just rattles my spirit. Yes, when I get into a conflict, it just gives me anxiety. So I am at a point where I don't have any problem apologizing. I don't have any problem asking for forgiveness. I don't have any problem having difficult conversations. So I thought I was good in that department until just last week, November 2025. I'm listening to a sermon on forgiveness by Dr. Vodi Bocham. And he was saying that sometimes we can think that we have forgiven someone, but we will go ahead and punish them with our emotions. And he even called the attention to parents. He said, parents, sometimes your child will do something and then you will say, okay, I forgive you. But then you will continue to punish them with your emotions by withholding your emotions or withholding your affections because you are still upset with that thing that they did. And I felt convicted because all this time I thought I was good. I was okay with the area of forgiveness. I didn't think that there was still, I still had any problem with it. But this is the same thing that I've been doing. Sometimes we'll have like little squabbles that don't need like any big meetings to say, okay, let's talk about this. But we'll have little squabbles throughout the day. And then I'll feel like, okay, I'm just going to keep quiet to protect my peace. Even though we have said, okay, that was not nice. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. Even though we have reached that level or we have reached that conclusion to say, okay, all right, let's let it go. And there will still be a little bit of offense inside of me. And then when my daughter will be talking to me, I will just like withhold emotions. And I would justify it to myself to think that in that moment, I would justify it to myself to think like, okay, I don't like any conflict. I don't know what I'm gonna say next, which is what that is gonna draw us into conflict again. So I'm just gonna sit here on my corner and not engage because I don't wanna go back to where we were just a few hours ago or just a few minutes ago. But doing that, withholding my emotions and not giving her my affection still shows that I am still holding beef with the incident that just happened. Because if we talked about it and I was okay, I should be okay. I shouldn't be scared that we will go back there. I shouldn't be saying, okay, I'm just protecting my peace. No. So I realized that this is a mistake that I've been making, and I had just been deceiving myself to think that I was good on forgiveness, while in actual fact, I can say that, yeah, I'm good. And then emotionally, I will use my emotions to withhold, or I will withhold my emotions, feel like, okay, I don't want to engage anymore because I don't want any conflict anymore. But if I'm trying to protect something, if I'm trying to protect myself, if I'm trying to not engage in conflict because, I mean, in regular conversations because I don't want conflict, then it shows that I haven't mastered this thing. Because if I really know my game, I shouldn't be scared to have any disagreement. Even if we just like bounce off from another, I shouldn't be scared of having a conversation, just fearing that, oh, I don't want us to fight again. No, there is always gonna be like squabbles throughout the day, each and every day. We just need to learn how to handle things, how to have difficult conversations, and to release everything out of our hearts, out of our minds, so that we can be okay, and so that we can communicate in a good way with each other, and in a way that we are not like withholding affections, or not engaging with the other person, or ignoring the other persons just because we still feel like we were offended in the previous conversation. So I wanted to share that, because it was big for me to realize, when he was saying that, especially when he was calling the attention to parents. He said parents have a way of saying they have forgiven their children, but they will still be withholding emotions. I felt like, yeah, that would be me, and I've been doing that. But it was such a breakthrough for me to realize that, and I made up my mind that no, I'm gonna take care of that thing. Did I just get rid of it right away? No, I found myself in an opportunity, and this time around I was aware. I was trying to withhold my emotions, and that sermon immediately came to my mind, and I relaxed myself to say, okay, ma'am, Fifi, you need to handle yourself well. You need to represent Christ well. So, friends, I wanted to share that, because these are the little things that can give access to the enemy for him to have a stronghold over our lives. And we might be thinking that we are growing, while we have all these little things that are drawing us back, or that are preventing us from walking right before the Lord. I wanted to share that with the hope that it will help someone else out there. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video.